Everybody, it's Jeanette from Own Your Greatness. Please don't forget to subscribe. So today we're going to talk about something really interesting, and of course, I took notes, okay? I want to talk to you about your weaknesses. I've gotten a couple of emails over the past month that I've been meaning to address with reference to people feeling that their weaknesses or their lack of something is preventing them from reaching their goal in terms of their business. And not all of them are doing cleaning, some of them are doing other things, and that there's that something that's stopping them. And I thought about this a lot. I've been thinking about this a lot, and the other night I came up with this thought where they needed to, I don't know if you can see that, they needed to break down the wall. Where's the wall? I'm going opposite. They needed to break down the wall. And if you can imagine it, it's like you're living your life, but yet there's some things that you're not accomplishing because of whatever it is. And as you try to move forward and own your greatness, that wall is stopping you. You need to break down that wall. And we all may have walls, we all have walls that are filled with all kinds of different things. So of course in the middle of the night I drew this wall. This is supposed to represent a brick wall. And in each brick, we can maybe identify the different things that may be stopping us. Like you may want to do this and be able to do it on a sheet of paper or on a whiteboard like this. It doesn't have to be this big. This is just the one that I have. And the things that maybe can be stopping you is that you feel that maybe you're too fat or you're too skinny, right? Um, you're too tall, you're too short. So that's part of your brick wall that you can't get through. Maybe it's because you're black, or maybe it's because you're white, or like me, maybe it's because you're Hispanic and you feel that people are going to judge you and maybe not do business with you. Maybe you have an accent. You're from another country, you're here in the United States, you've learned English, but maybe you have an accent and some things don't translate well for you, and you feel that that's your brick wall stopping you from whatever it is that you want to do, okay? Maybe it's fear of success is your wall, or maybe it's fear of failure. You're either afraid to succeed because if you succeed, maybe you'll have to leave your friends and your family behind. Maybe your whole circle of everything that's been in your life, you're going to have to leave behind if you're successful. Maybe your friends are going to be like, oh, look at her, she's so bougie. Or look at him, he thinks his blank doesn't stink. But that could be it. That could be part of your wall that you need to break down. Possibly it's fear of failure. You're afraid of trying because you're afraid of failing. However, I want for you to rephrase that in your mind and remember that with every failure, you learn something that is of great value. So don't be afraid of failing. Fail, but then get back up, make a note of the lesson and try again. Okay, now you know what not to do. All right, maybe your wall is because you're unsure. You're unsure of yourself, you're unsure of what to do, you're unsure of how to start, you're unsure of what would be the next best step. There's nothing but fantastic videos here on YouTube by myself and by other YouTubers that bring great content that will help you to decide what it is that you want to do, or help you to determine the steps that you need to take to move forward in your direction, whatever that direction is. Could be anything, right? Maybe you have no confidence in yourself. And that lack of confidence is stopping you from moving forward because you're like, oh, I'm so unconfident, I'm so introverted, I'm so whatever, and I can't do it. I need for you to get over that and just use little baby steps. You don't have to go and stand on stage, to like a million people and deliver a speech or sing a song. Start with one person. Okay, start with putting yourself out there to one person and then slowly but surely build it because you will gain confidence that way, okay? Maybe you feel unworthy, undeserving. Maybe you feel like, "Oh, yeah, I don't deserve that. I don't deserve that. I'm not worthy of that. Why should I have a great job? Why should I have a business? Why should I have my degree? Why should I go back to school and become a nurse? Why should I do anything you fill in the blank? I'm not worthy of that." Trust me, you are. If the seed of that is in your mind to accomplish that goal, then that means that you are worthy. We're all worthy of greatness, but we're so afraid. Many of us are so afraid of moving forward that we just don't. So maybe you can reframe that feeling of feeling unworthy by knowing that you are worthy. If you have that seed of thought in your mind, trust me, if God or the universe, whatever it is that you believed in, put that thought in your mind that you can accomplish something or that you want to be something, trust me, you can do it and it's never too late, okay? Maybe you feel that you're unable to do it because maybe you have a disability that prevents you, whether it's a learning disability or physical disability, that prevents you from doing whatever it is that you want to do. This wall, you can go over it, you can go under it, you can go around it, or you can break it down. You choose. You think you're unable because you're in a wheelchair? Go around it, okay? You think that you're unable because maybe you're like, yeah, no, I can't do that because I have a learning disability, then you're going to have to either go under it or go over it, go around it, go through it. There's a different way for you to learn. Figure out that way that it is that you learn and use that to your advantage. All right? Let's see what else we have here. You're unable. Where did we leave off? Maybe you feel that you have many roadblocks. Maybe you feel that every time that you start something, something happens to mess it up for you. And you're like, dinging, what the hey? Well, the universe works that way. God works that way. You ever notice that? Whether you believe in God or the universe or whatever, it happens to all of us where we start something and we're trying to trudge along and something comes out of left field. And you're like, ah, here we go, another roadblock, something else I have to get over. We'll get over it and keep on moving. All right? Don't stop. Don't let those roadblocks stop you. Those are just detours to your adventure. Consider it an adventure, okay? Maybe it's finances. Maybe you feel that you don't have enough money to go back to school or to start a business or to do whatever. On this channel, I have how you can start certain kinds of businesses with $0. Okay, so where there's a will, there's a way. You can also, if you don't use any of those, get side gigs so that you can make the money for that. Or right here on YouTube, you can learn almost anything. I learned to build websites here on YouTube, and I had a business for like a year building websites, and I made money. So don't say, oh, finances, I can't because I don't have the money. You may not have the money, but maybe you have the time. So invest the time, flip that. Invest the time so that you can do whatever you want to do. All right, so that you can learn those skills. All right. Maybe you feel that you're too old. Walk, walk, old. Old. I'm 60 years old. At 60 years old, I decided to just change my career, get up and move to a new place, and, just go with it and have something new and fun and have an adventure. Yes, it's scary because I'm old, but It's okay, it's a new adventure. It might be profitable. I imagine that it will be profitable. It will be fun. I've already met some great people, and I'm kind of living the dream because I'm living in a place where I've always wanted to be. And so that old didn't stop me. 60 is just a number. 60 is a new 50. Maybe the new 40. Woohoo. Yeah, I doubt it. 60 is the new something. People that are 60 now are not like 60-year-olds in your parents' or grandparents' time. When my mother was 60, my mother died at 62. So at 60, she was, I cannot even tell you. She couldn't even fathom doing this that I'm doing. But we live in a different age, a different time in history, and 60 is nothing, okay? 60 is still young. Don't let that stop you. Here's the opposite of old, wherever that's at. Maybe you feel that you're too young. Oh my goodness, to be young again. To be young, that means that the time that you have here on this side of the grass is so much longer. You have a lot more time to do whatever it is that you want to do. So you can try to build so many different things, so many different businesses that will generate so much money. If you're young, that is an awesome gift that you have right now. Do not let that stop you. And again, I'm going to tell you, look on YouTube. There's some kids here, little kids, making buku bucks on their YouTube channel. So don't let your youth stop you. Just remember that you are like an open book. You want to be like a sponge and learn and understand because there are many, many people here on YouTube and in your neighborhood, in your community, maybe even your relatives, your family, friends, associates, people you work with who can teach you a lot. If you're young, oh my goodness, the opportunities are almost endless because you have a lot more time on this side of the grass than, for example, a person who's like me, 60. Think about it. How much time do you have if you're 20 or you're 30 or you're 40 or you're 50? You have so much more time to do those things that you want to do. So when it comes to this brick wall of all of the blah blah that you're telling yourself, the reasons why you can't do what you want to do, the reasons that you just can't get a grip on that, you need to break down this wall. You need to break it down. And how do you break it down? First, you need to identify what is your weakness? So draw yourself a sheet of paper with a brick wall, just, a fake brick wall there, and write in each little brick all of the reasons why you think you are stopping from moving forward. What is it that's stopping you? What's on that brick wall that's stopping you from owning your own personal greatness? Just write them all down. Okay. Once you've identified them, this is really good because when you identify them, you're going to be able to say, gee whiz, I didn't realize, that I felt that I was, too skinny to move forward. Well, screw that. Forget about being skinny. It's about bringing value and a great service to your client base, okay? Whatever it is, you want to identify it and then you want to remove it. You want to remove it as if you were taking that brick and you were like getting it out of that brick wall. You're too short. Well, you know what? Let's either wear heels, let's carry a ladder with us. Let's let's dress with what is it? Vertical lines so that we look taller. Put lifts in our shoes. There's so many things you can do to break out that short there. Okay, you're Hispanic like me. You know what? I own it. I bring it. I'm like, oh yeah, people want to know about me. Yeah, you need to know about me. Sure, let me tell you about me. My parents were born in Puerto Rico. I'm a New York Rican. That's just how I roll. That's just how I am. And I'm from New York, so sometimes I can be a little in your face. Can you feel it? And most people just go with it. They don't care. I don't let it become a problem for you. Fear of failure, I don't think I've ever had feel of failure because I just throw myself into things. And when you fear failure, I want for you to look at every failure, flip it. Every failure is a lesson. And so when you fail, make a note of that lesson. Well, what did you learn? Okay, what did you learn? That's a good thing because now you know what not to do. So here we go. We got rid of another brick. We're breaking that wall down. Let's break it down. You have an accent? Does it really bother you? Then you know what? Take classes. Again, probably here on YouTube you can find something. Practice. If it bothers you that much, practice your English so that that accent is slowly reduced and reduced and reduced. People used to tell me I have an accent. I don't know whether I do or not. If people can't understand me, walk, walk. I don't know what to say about that, but there you go. Get rid of the accent. Deal with it. Deal with it. You're unsure, pick one thing. Just one thing of the list of things that you want to do. Pick one thing. It could be something so simple. And maybe start with an easy one so that you can build that confidence that you need so that you can move forward in your greatness. If you're unsure, pick one thing. One thing that you really want to do and just start working on that one thing. Forget about all the millions of things you want to do, just pick one. It's easier to work on one thing at a time. And what's going to happen is once you accomplish that, even if you fail at that, you learn stuff. You learn what not to do. Okay. But let's say you pick one thing and you are successful at that. You're really going to build your confidence so that you can do bigger, better, and greater things. Okay, so we're not going to go through all of these on this brick wall that I have here. I have my own um, brick wall that I'm dealing with. We all have our own brick wall, and that can be something totally confidential that you only share with yourself, or it could be something that you share with somebody else that you trust, or you could start a group of friends where two or three or four or 10 of you can decide to get together and figure out what's on your brick wall and help each other to overcome that brick wall. Break it down either brick by brick, go over it, go under it, go around it. There's always a way that you can deal with this dang brick wall because we all have brick walls, okay? So, those were my notes for you that I wanted to bring you so that you can own your greatness. I hope that this helps you. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Especially comment. Tell me if this helped you. Feel free to share, all right, with your friends, family, and loved ones. I will talk to you again in the next video. Bye.